Save it for coaching questions.
Yeah, I mean, the difference in the ball game was really the pitching. I think we walked them twice and struck them out 15 times. I think they walked us 9 times, struck us out 5. I think they hit us 5 times. And, we scratched a couple runs across in the 5th and 6th. Those were big, but really the big swing was Cahill's 0-2 after seeing 0-2 count. Saw a couple off-speed pitches and tried to slip a fastball by him, and he smoked it into the gap for three quick RBIs. And all of a sudden we have a 4-run lead. So gave us a chance to relax a little bit. And Gage Wood was really good for 4 innings. Threw right at it the max, about what we wanted him to throw. We wanted him to stay just under 60 if possible. And but I thought he was really good. Struck out 9. I don't think any walks. Gave up a line drive home run, and Galvin's a good hitter, and he got him a fastball, and he didn't miss it. But yeah, it was a good win for us. We did just enough to find a way to win.
For Gage, I mean, not only just coming back, but looking this good the past 2 weekends, how big is that for his confidence? And was this kind of what you were expecting, maybe, given what you've seen from him, bullpen and rehabbing and everything, that it would be such a seamless transition those last 2 starts?
Probably a little better than I thought. I mean, honestly, it's like he's picking up right where how he was throwing the ball in Arlington, which was really good when he took himself out of the game. Just peppering both sides of the plate. This is his 3rd time out. The first time he really didn't have breaking ball. Last week at Florida, he had a good breaking ball. Tonight, he had a really good breaking ball. His fastball's electric and got a lot of carry, tough to hit. And when he's ahead in the count, it's tough to hit. And, probably, pretty excited about what I'm seeing.
And then you follow that with Gabe and Aiden, I think second straight game 2 that you've gone with that approach. I mean, what is it about? I mean, obviously 3 really good pitchers. Is there something that maybe makes that combination a little extra difficult, just having them follow each other like that?
I don't know if it's anything different to the other team or their hitters. We just, obviously we had a chance to win the game, and you're playing a team that's ranked number 1 in the country. They don't lose very many games. They're explosive. They can come back. We just felt like those are the guys we needed to go with. Had a chance to win it. Let's win it.
Coach, a commanding pair of wins here against number 1 Texas after a rough few weekends. What was maybe said or done since last weekend to facilitate this kind of a bounce back?
Well, probably more than anything, we got a little rest. And, guys, I've said it, the Southeastern Conference is tough, man. There's not much difference between the best team in the league and the 8th best team in the league. I mean, 1 through 8, probably pretty close. And, sometimes just about who's healthy, who's hot, whatever. We didn't say, hey, we've got to win this series and we've got to do this. No reason to throw that on them. These guys are smart. They know what's up. I think they just been solid, coming back, getting a little bit of rest, playing at home. Just doing what we need to do, and that was obviously win this series, and we have a chance to sweep it, so we're going to do everything we can to do it.
Dave, what was your perspective on that play in the 7th, where Helfrich caught the foul pop up and y'all were able to double him up?
The 2 runners didn't know how many outs there were. That's about all I know. I couldn't believe. I looked up, and I was just hoping Ryder would catch the ball. I look up, and I see one guy standing at 3rd, the other guy's halfway to 2nd. I was a little confused. We started screaming to throw the ball to 1st. I think the umpire thought we were yelling at him because he started saying stuff. I don't know. Maybe the runner at 1st saw the runner at 2nd run, so he ran. Or they both didn't know how many outs there were, one or the other.
And when you drew it up, did you want to go 4 for Wood, 3 for Gackle, 2 for Jimenez, or is that just kind of how it played out?
Well, it'd been nice if Gackle could have gone another inning, but he gives up to 60 pitches, I think, and we just felt like that was enough. And we've got a lot of guys that can pitch tomorrow, as they do. So You know, that we just felt like we ought to just go for it.
With Gage, he was keeping them off balance. I mean, with his pitch selection, like they were just guessing a lot at that. What did you think about that, and how much does Ryder have to do with that?
Well, Ryder has a lot to do with it. I mean, he's got pretty good feel back there, and you know, Gage can shake him if he wants, or we call in a pitch if you know if Ryder puts it, you know, if we call in a pitch and the pitcher doesn't want it, he can shake it. And but I think Ryder has a really good feel back there. Knows what he's, you know, what he thinks the hitter's maybe looking for, moving around the box a little bit, or just what our pitchers, you know, at the time is really commanding. I thought, you know, moving to Gack a little bit, I thought he had a lot of close misses, as did Gage Wood. And, you know, the most confusing thing is one's Gage and one's Gabe. You know, I keep trying to make sure I tell you the right name there. But, yeah, I thought they were both really good tonight.
I know you've talked about this, but was there a challenge to the starters this weekend to give you some length that you've missed the last few weeks?
Yeah, I'd have to say there's a little bit of that going on. It's not like in front of the whole team. It's probably more individually. And, you know, sometimes it's, hey, why don't you come meet with me for a minute? And sometimes it's, I'm going to make sure I run into him and have a little conversation. And I think the pitchers appreciate it. I think that, you know, if I have something to say to them and I call them in and talk to them a little bit, I think they appreciate that too. And I've done that a couple times in the last couple of weeks. But Coach Hobbs handles most of that when it comes to the pitchers.
I think with both of your starters, I mean, both of them avoided the long inning where they threw 20-plus pitches this week.
Yeah.
How much of that is strike zone, or is there something else going on there?
Well, I just think they're locating a little better and they're getting some outs and they're not, you know, you're not walking people. I mean, we've done a great job. We walked 2 tonight. I don't know, what did we walk, 1 or 2 last night, something like that. And, you know, that's where your pitch count gets up there. When you start walking people, a lot of full counts, and you foul off 2 pitches and you walk somebody, you just threw 8 or 9 pitches to one guy, and it gets a little tough. But we've avoided that the first couple of games.
Iredale's been the guy to kind of get the first crack at their starting pitching. I mean, how important has he been?
Yeah, yesterday he hit a double down the line in the second. Tonight we thought he really hit that ball good, but we didn't think it was going to get out of the park. And the wind really wasn't blowing, but I guess it had a lot of backspin on it. It kept traveling. Obviously, that was huge because when the ball was hit, I mean, I made the comment, man, he just missed it. And then it kept going, and yeah, it spun out of there. But no, it's good to see him, you know, contributing and, you know, going the other way like that. It was big. I think he got hit by 2 pitches tonight, and maybe he had a walk. He was on base a lot.
And then when you're able to jump out to a big early lead, do you think that makes teams kind of more prone to falling asleep on the bases later? Or
I don't know. I don't know what happened there. I don't think so. I just think, I don't know. You have to ask Sam on that one.
The Texas starter, he was avoiding fastballs against the Aloys in the second inning. He didn't throw one to Vahiva, and then he didn't throw one to Cahill until the double that he hit.
Yep.
I mean, what can you say about just staying locked in and taking advantage of that one pitch that he got?
One thing about Cahill, and you've seen he's got tremendous bat speed. It's hard to sneak anything by him. You know, you might be able to fool him, but as far as getting a fastball by him, even though you've thrown him nothing but breaking balls, and that's all he saw that at bat, you know, 2 of them. Maybe his changeup in there. Yeah, it was just a great job of recognizing the pitch and just, I mean, hammering it. The ball kind of backed up. It didn't hook. It kind of started moving to the right. Excuse me.
Do you know who you're starting tomorrow?
No, not yet. Not 100%. We were just talking about in the dugout a little bit, but I'll tell you this: it'll either be a right-hander or a left-hander. So.
Yesterday, we forgot to ask you an update on Wiggins. Do you have the results back from that second MRI?
Yeah, so far so good. Just let it heal. So that's what it is right now. So that's good news.
Feels like once a weekend we ask you about a nice Vahiva play. That one in the 5th when they had runners on 2nd and 3rd. I mean, he makes it look so routine. Can you speak maybe to the difficulty of that play, what makes it difficult, and why he just makes it look easy out there?
He really attacked that ball. It was hit to his right, and him cutting down the distance between the ball, him and first base, and then the release accurate, definitely saved a run there. I mean, he could have, he could have thrown that ball away easy. Plus, the grass is wet. I think that's a little bit what happened on the second play when he made a throwing error, which is very rare for him. The ball, you could see it from the dugout, just kind of took off a little bit, so it was really wet. He did make it look easy. It was a really difficult play.
Coach, Jimenez is coming off an arm injury last year. How have you seen him ramp up and really coexist with this team?
Yeah, I mean, he's he's super hard worker. And, I've said it a few times in the fall, we were talking with him, and even when we signed him, it was like, hey, you come in this year, see if we can get you ready for the spring. If not, we'll get you ready for next year. And, about 10 months in, right around the Christmas break, we're going, he's throwing pretty good. So we just got to take our time with him, and he just keeps getting better and better, and he's big and strong, and you saw it, he's throwing 96. I don't know if maybe touched 97 or not, but he's just a hard worker. He's strong, and he's way ahead of schedule. Okay. Yep.
What's been different the last 2 weeks than that first outing against Texas A&M?
Coming back from an injury, you just got to get game reps. I could throw every bullpen in the world, but my body wasn't used to game speed yet, and I came back from my injury throwing a little bit harder. Thankfully, blessed. So I just had to get used to game speed again, and just get the feel back out there a little bit,
From the looks of it, it looked like Texas just really didn't know what was coming in terms of how you and Ryder mixed your pitches tonight. Could you feel that on the mound, that you kind of had them maybe guessing at what you were going to do?
I don't think of it that way. I just go out there, here's my stuff, try to hit it, I got the best defense behind me, so.
Yeah, Gage, for you, I think you were skipping off the mound after a strikeout to end the third inning and looked like you were talking to the fans of the dugout. Do you remember what you were saying in that moment?
Something along the lines of all night.
And then Brett, for you, there's been so much talk about the previous slump. What's now started to click again?
I'm just trying to stay relaxed. Not trying to get into my head with any bad calls, bad pitches, bad outcomes. So I'm just trying to do what I did at the start of the year and just continue that.
How does it feel knowing that you kind of got the first hit on both nights, the first crack before the offense kind of followed you?
It's whatever. Anyone can get the first hit, but it just sparked the team today and yesterday. So I'm glad that I can do that and make an impact. So.
Did you think that ball was out when you hit it?
No, I thought it was a routine fly ball, and then I just kept watching the right fielder just go back and back, and then he was at the wall, and I was like, damn, it's gone. I have no idea how far out, but it went over.
Cahillo's double, bases clearing double, came on an 0-2 count. Do you guys in the dugout, like the hitters, notice that? Is it a little extra juice when it's 0-2, batters behind, and he kind of has that big hit, that big moment for you guys?
Yeah, definitely. I don't know if everyone notices it, but anything 0-2, whether it's a single, double, home run, whatever, it just gets us going, and it was even better that it was bases clearing. So.
You said you came back throwing harder. You're talking about even this season before you had the injury compared to now you're throwing harder than you were earlier this year?
Yes.
You're an Arkansas kid, a lot of guys from Australia, Canada, Hawaii here. What does the Texas rivalry mean to you growing up here, and how special was tonight to be a part of that?
It's great. I really appreciate the fan base here. They come out, support us. They showed up tonight, and it was awesome. I dreamed of this since I was a little kid. I couldn't have painted it any different other than maybe not be on a pitch count, or give up a solo. But it was great. But at the end of the day, job's not done. We got to come out here and get one more tomorrow and really make a statement.
Were there? DVH told us some of the guys might not quite understand this rivalry. Was there a point in the build-up to this week where you or I don't know, maybe the guys that have been around or grew up here in Arkansas kind of talk to the other guys about just what this means and everything, or just naturally people kind of come to understand it as the games get going?
Yeah, it was mentioned that, I mean, we're not a big fan of them or anything, but, I mean, the biggest thing is just seeing someone else that's number one and wanting to go out there and, you know, just compete.
Gage, you mentioned being on the pitch count. Do you feel like you're getting pretty close to being able to turn it loose?
Yeah, we're getting close.
How much does that test your patience?
I mean, for health reasons, I completely understand, you know. I wish my shoulder would have never flared up at the beginning, but, you know, we're taking the right route with it, so it's just part of the process.
How did you handle the lightning delay? What did you do during that time?
So luckily I had just finished my warm up. I hadn't done any of my throwing stuff yet. So, I mean, I really just had to sit around for an extra 30, 45 minutes. And then once we got closer to time, I just kind of got moving again. And then I did my pre-throw and got going.
Hey, Brent, for you, when Cahillo hit that double, their starter was avoiding the fastball to he and Vahiva. I mean, I think it was like 9 straight breaking pitches that he threw. And the first fastball is the one that Cahillo hammered into left center. As a hitter, staying locked in on that one pitch, I mean, what can you say about what Cahillo did there and how maybe difficult that is?
I mean, we had a plan going in at the start. I mean, we stuck to it, and so did Cahillo. And I mean, once he made a mistake with that fastball, Cahillo had the bat speed to get it around, and I mean, you saw what happened.
Gage, when Root was in here yesterday, I can't remember exactly what he said, but he said he felt like he laid a blueprint or something for the pitchers the rest of the weekend. Did it help watching from the sideline yesterday, kind of how he managed that lineup?
Oh yeah, I mean, I was charting him, and you know, I wasn't, but I almost felt like I was in that game as much as him, like rooting him on. What he did yesterday, I mean, that was awesome. You don't see that a lot, and you know, that's our guy. He's a dude, and he showed him last night, and I mean, he set the foundation for the rest of the weekend for the rest of the staff, and I mean, as you can see tonight, I mean, I screwed up the shutty tonight, but other than that, you know, he laid a good foundation for us to start the weekend, and you can't ask for anything better from your guy.
Obviously, you pitch with a lot of passion coming off the mound. You know, we see you doing the strut and stuff. It almost feels like a bit of a closer mentality. I know you started in the pen and have moved to this kind of starting role. Do you feel more pressure to maybe stay level-headed, or are you kind of leaning into that emotion as a starter?
You know, it hadn't really been that way. But tonight, I just had it going tonight. Like, I mean, I just felt like I was just flowing out there. Everything was kind of working. So that's really what it was tonight. A lot of nerves tonight.
Gage, have you noticed anything different with Gackle the last few weeks since he transitioned to reliever that's kind of turned him around recently?
No, he's always been one of the best pitchers in the country, and he still is.
For both of you, how important was this weekend to get a series win after the last few weeks haven't gone your way in Game 3?
It's important, but, I mean, losing the last 3 series, you know, I mean, maybe we didn't play our best, or maybe we played good and we got beat. That's baseball. Coming out here this weekend, everybody was excited. Nobody was pouting about the losses, the 3 series losses, you know. Ever since I've been here, that's never happened, you know, and it kind of shocks you, but, I mean, the clubhouse and the guys showing up to practice, lift every day, like, nobody wanted it more than us.
I don't know what you want to say. He covered it.
Brent, I'm curious for you, growing up in Australia, is there something maybe you can compare this rivalry with Arkansas and Texas to? How did you kind of, what did you make of this whole Arkansas-Texas rivalry?
Man, I don't know. To me, with the Arkansas-Texas, I don't really have a understanding of what it is. I just see they're number one and we want to beat them. And back home, I don't really know. I guess you could say like the Parramatta Eels and the Bulldogs, so the Canterbury Bulldogs. That's probably something like that with the rugby.
Awesome, thanks, man.
Appreciate it.
Thank you.